What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now guys, it is the return of the Takeover. Teofimo Lopez will be making his 140-pound debut this weekend on ESPN Plus. So you guys make sure you check your local listings for the fight time in your area. Now, I'm just a little bit disappointed because I will be flying out of country on that day, guys. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be able to watch the fight. But I promise when I do watch the fight, guys, I'll do a reaction video for you guys. Now, the last time we saw Teofimo Lopez, I was back in November of 2021 when he lost all 3 of his belts, including the WBC franchise title to George Cambosis Jr. Now, on a side note, you guys know about the big discrepancy with the WBC title and the WBC franchise title. In some circles, they were saying that Teofimo Lopez was undisputed. In some circles, they were saying that he was unified, and Devin Haney, held the real WBC title. So, honestly, guys, I think, the WBC created this problem. I think they need to really address it and come out and make it plain and clear if the WBC franchise title is a real title or not, because it's just so much confusion with that. So they need to really take care of that, just make it plain. But I digress. Now, in that fight with Teofimo Lopez, leading up to that fight, I think Teofimo Lopez might have underestimated George Cambosis Jr. Just a little bit. And I know he was going through some personal issues, with his family, dealing with personal issues in his family. And I thought George Cambosis Jr. just looked hungrier leading up to the fight. And guys, things like that happen. Fighters are regular people. They're going to have issues, and sometimes, it's going to spill over into the ring. We saw that just recently with Maurice Hooker. He was going through some personal stuff, and when he was fighting Virgil Ortiz, and he seemed like his head wasn't in the game. But that's no excuse. I'm not saying that as an excuse. I'm just putting it out there that people do go through things like that. I still thought George Cambosis Jr. was the hungrier fighter that night. It showed. He got the win. He got the titles. But anyway, let's look at the opponent that Teofimo is facing this weekend. His name is Pedro Campa, Orthodox fighter out of Mexico, 5'10", 34-1. Won his last 2 fights by TKO. And looking at his resume, guys, he doesn't have any big names on there. And it looks like all his fights have been in Mexico. I'm hearing he's a puncher, though, so we're going to see. But so it seems like we don't know much about him. But I will say this to Teofimo Lopez. Don't make the same mistake he made with George Cambosis Jr. Never underestimate your opponent. Just because people don't know his name doesn't mean he's not a good fighter. This is a big opportunity for him, fighting somebody like Teofimo Lopez. So I'm quite sure he's probably going to bring his A game. And I did hear Teofimo's father say that they're going to do what they do best. They're going to box. And but he's looking for the knockout, and if it comes, it comes. And I think honestly think that's a good game plan going into the fight, is to box. You want to get some rounds in there since he's been out of the ring for so long, because let's face it, 140 pounds is a tough division. It's full of great fighters, fighters like Gary Antoine Russell Jr., you have Regis Prograde, you have Josh Taylor. I think Teofimo Lopez is going to have his hands full at 140. There's no really easy fights with the top guys at 140, in my opinion. But you guys tell me what you think about the return of the Takeover Teofimo Lopez this weekend. Do you think he'll get this guy out of here real fast? How do you think he'll do at 140? Do you think he'll be more comfortable at the weight? A lot of people say he was having trouble making 135. Maybe he feels a lot stronger at this weight. So you guys let me know in the comments section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.